and gentlemen, moons ago he was Miss Pearly Cry Baby. Now he welcomes you to his late show, Moonshine Dawlin with Miss Pearly Grandson. And now, Miss Pearly Grandson.
Come, Miss Claire, take the bakra off your head, me dear. Evening breeze a blow. Come this way, Miss Flo. Hi! Help down here, after you no be so burden, ma. Rest yourself at ease, feel the evening breeze. Evening time, work is over, now it's evening time. We they walk from mountain, they walk from mountain, they walk from mountainside. Make we cook the bickle pan the way. Make we eat and sing, dance and play ring ding pan the mountainside. Dumasa, catch up the fire matter. Pass me the gungo piece, rub up the flour, Sarah. Lord, feel the evening breeze. Me say, if I could have sing you, see, if I could have sing you, see, that is Evening Time by the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley, and one of the songs that is reminiscent of a certain era in Jamaica. Evening, everybody. Evening to one, evening to all. Evening to down a yard. Evening to over yonder. Evening to down a river bank. Evening to over taxi stand. If you happen to be in the diaspora, good evening. Good evening to America. Good evening to Canada. Good evening to England. And wherever else Jamaicans find themselves these days. Good evening one. Good evening all. Welcome to Moonshine Dawlin with Miss Pearly Grandson. It is an absolute pleasure to have you. Listen, this thing has been on my mind. This thing has been on my heart for the longest. And I know for a fact that I'm going to be looking back at this and say, boy, Andrew, right in our corner in your house. Not true, but it is by any means necessary. Because bread back is better than no bread at all. Half a loaf better than none. If you not start something, you're not going to have something. How can I ask God to bless my show and cause my show to grow and cause my show to evolve if me not have one show? How can I attract sponsors? How me can attract partners? How can I say this is something that I'd like you to invest in if I don't have anything on the table? This is my attempt to bring a vision to life. But this is also my attempt to propagate and to promulgate the Jamaican culture. Because for as long as my life lasts, I would love to see and hear the sounds reminiscent of Jamaica. Welcome to everybody. And I really want to send special evening greeting to my social media family. Listen, wanna rally around me. Wanna stand up in my corner. And you ensure that this voice hit the airwaves. You ensure that this page gets traction. And you ensure that I am able to be here doing what it is that I'm doing now. Moonshine Dawlin is in its embryonic stage. I hope for it to grow, but it will only grow with your support. I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I invite you to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Miss Pearly Grandson or at Pearly Grandson. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being the better part of the MPG brand, and thank you for being on this beautiful journey with me. We're about to go into the part of the show now that is supposed to be the news, and a little segment that we want to call A Little Birdie Tell Me, because that's how we get news down our yard, right? We always are here through the grapevine, or we always are here from a little birdie, or somebody pinch we and tell we. And most of the time we can't talk back, because this cargo bring come my dear, bring misery. It is time for our news segment. Now for the news. So a little birdie tell me that there was a huge conflagration of Usain Bolt's premises in Montego Bay. And apparently this little birdie graduated from the University of the West Indies with several degrees, because all that means is that Usain Bolt's tracks and records of Montego Bay burned down. Now the truth of the matter is that Usain has immense love for Jamaica, and all he has ever done is try to represent his country with dignity and with honor and with pride. But me not tell you no lie. You know them say a salt like Peter, and then them say Lot wife did look back and shit on a pillar of salt. Well, right now Usain Bolt one look back and say Lot wife and Peter decide to have one baby and call him Usain. No, I feel like when if it the old school method where this thing here is concerned, like when if we touch and agree, like me feel say point your fingers and let us speak over this man's life. And ask the Lord in the good old fashioned way, like our granny them used to pray, say, back the forces of darkness, break every fetter, cramp and paralyze the plans of the devil, root and scatter everything that come up against this man. Loose! And so this a kind of approach me feel like we need to take the car. We brother need a break, man. You see, we speak deliverance over your life completely and totally in the matchless name of Jesus, our soon coming King. What me say? Enough is enough, Aya. Enough is enough. Next story. Leptospirosis gateway at Jamaica. And it's not a bad dog name, so. Remember one time we always give dog name at Jamaica, we feel like I say, based on the name where you give the dog, it translates to how aggressive the dog will be. So we always call the dog them things like a bullet and grenade. Where they always call for your dog in your yard, that little bungrel dog, they will make up nice. And as soon as leave shape pantry and run gone, where they always call the dog in your yard. Leptospirosis are broke out of Jamaica, and the truth of the matter is that it is a very serious issue. The symptoms can start appearing anywhere between 2 and 14 days, and it normally include fever, chills, a rash, headache, muscle pain, nausea, diarrhea. If you have any of these things, get yourself checked out and don't take this thing for granted. If it get more serious, it can result in things like kidney failure and liver failure and meningitis and those kinds of things. Jaundice and them something that we don't want none of them things there. So, if you feel like you came in contact with contaminated water, you're exhibiting symptoms, follow the rhythm, take care of yourself, go and go seek medical help and see if you can get yourself sorted, because you don't want this thing here to take you out. But as me talk about that, me can't help but reflect a little bit, because me I wonder to God and I say, what did prevent leptospirosis from take out all like a summer way? Because I know for a fact that for my granny kitchen, every single night, one token rat always come visit. Every night without fail. And for those people who don't know, the token rat and the rat will carry the big seed. My grandmother always have a hook. Some people call it kreng. A hook above the fire where she always put meat pan for smoke in the daytime. And every night she always take off the meat off of the hook and put it in a one keg. One plastic bucket and seal it so that the token rat can get access to it. But the following day, she go take over the meat and put it back on the same hook or the same kreng and put it back over the same smoke. Now, me know you know and God knows say she never take down the hook or the kreng there and wash it or sanitize it. She just depend on the fire smoke for clean it. Me no know. So the truth of the matter is that from the dirty water where we always playing as little children to the kind of food where we always exposed to, where we and the rat them a play room for rent apply within. When I run out, you run in. Me no know how halaka we never get leptospirosis, but to God be the glory. Great things he has done. But if you feel like say you come in contact with contaminated water, follow the rhythm. Me say next story. Some goats were spotted in a motor vehicle abducting 3 men, including a police officer. But you would have said when you last come here. No, the truth of the matter is that if it were back in the day, if you catch man and beast in a compromising position such as this, there was no doubt in our mind as to what was going on, and there was no doubt in our mind as to who was the aggressor. Because man used to take advantage of animal whole heap, Now, allegations are that the goat were sitting in the motor vehicle almost in a couple farm with the men, and so at this point in time, we whisper a prayer in our hearts on the behalf of the people on whose plates those muttons end up. One artist one time did sing one song about ranking meat. We know the father thing when I talk about, and they say ram goat liver good for make manish water, and the truth of the matter is that the rank of the ram goat are the more potent the Cynthia and the better the manish water taste. So me no know. Me no know tricks in trade and matches backs in business. Next story. The name of the airline is Inland International and the landing strip is Highway 2000. There was an accident on Highway 2000 recently where family members would have lost their loved ones in a highest minibus going from Mandeville to Kingston or Kingston to Mandeville. Somewhere there. Little Birdie never gave me the details, but I know there was an accident. Listen, the last time I take a highest from Mandeville to Kingston, when I ask you if the man buck the speedometer when him catch by Highway 2000. It's not a question. I'm letting you know. The only reason why that vehicle never take off flying is because it not have the wing and the engine power to lift up off of the highway. You hear me? And it's not like we're seated comfortably because you know them bus they stay. You aga have the regular seats, but them aga draw out the cross seat and put it down so that them squeeze you down between two passengers, almost like ham between two slices of bread. You snuggle such a little look bad, not even a poop. Now have space to come up between the two of you. So understand that if calamity is supposed to meet you upon the way, now this is something, and may God help your dog name your supper. And that is why I will always be an advocate for Knucksford Express and JUTC going from the city to Manchester because it is safe and safety and self-preservation over anything. Any day. I'm not knock the man them who run the bus from Mandeville to Kingston because I know there are some dignified gentlemen who run the road. I'm not say all I know are speed or all I know careless with people's lives. But the only thing I'll say to you is be very aware of the people you ride with because the truth of the matter is that not all of these drivers understand the importance of a life. You get me? But condolences to the family. We grieve with you. We feel your pain. We understand your hurt. And then finally, a little birdie tell me that the water down a content, lake content in Williamshill, Manchester is receding. But I understand that there's also concerns about the frog population because several million tadpoles were seen in the water and folks living in and around the area are concerned. We're not a reason for concern, brother. Food. If you don't know how to prepare it, all you need to do is just go online, go check. People eat frog legs all the time. And by people, I don't mean me. I am not people because I am not eating that. But I'm sure there are folks, even a part of my audience, who have absolutely no problem with it. I hear it tastes like chicken. So especially in the aftermath of Melissa where we lose so much livestock, you may never know one door closed and another one open. And now in sports, Reggae Boys out for Ducks against Curacao as in the know by now. When we caught up with the captain of the Curacao team and we asked them what they thought about the Reggae Boys, his words were, and I quote, "A chicken back and ton cornmeal. A chicken back and ton cornmeal. That's all the Reggae Boys feed pan. A chicken back and ton cornmeal." End of quote. I don't know where he got that from, but I'm just the messenger. But on a lighter note, me said the Reggae girls beat Dominica like how they used to beat Pachkan in Egypt in the Bible days. When we asked the captain what her strategy was, she said, well, going out there we knew. Said them maga, them shanky and them favor iron donkey. But we just need to go out there and we just need to execute. Just focus on the ball. It is round and it will roll. So we just roll with it and make it the way it's supposed to do. And of course, the bobsled team, the overseas, are beat and teach, bringing us a gold and a bronze at a time when the country needs the encouragement and the little cheer up the most. Meanwhile, immigration in America look on the team with the bombastic side here because they want to say, how the Jamaican them so good pan ice? Will they be able to out-strategize us? Checking the deportation records effective immediately. It is now time for your meteorological update with your most flavorous meteorologist, yours truly, Miss Pearly Grandson. This is Miss Pearly Grandson, your most flavortous meteorologist, and this is her timely meteorological update. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean can breathe a sigh of relief and bawl out happy riddance as they are saying goodbye to the transatlantic hurricane season for 2025. Unless there are unforeseen circumstances, ladies and gentlemen, of which we are not expect none, there should be no more storm threat until June 2026. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, your meteorological update. Now, the little bird did really and truly pop more tour give me because he know me and a lad, but me really not have no time for broke it down gear right here now. That have got time until the nether episode. Right now, we're about to hop on the memory train, and our next stop is the memory lane. On today's episode of Memory Lane Train, we're going to take the journey go down a yard together. And we want to call this one From Wall to Whatnot. When I remember what color the wall down a yard used to be painted, I don't know about for your whole yard, but for me granny always paint the rooms in a morning glory. That is a light blue, and then the veranda always paint in a teenage pink. Then now the time you always have the red floor where you always have it polished with the genie floor polish. Before the genie floor polish come in, you know, say a red work they always use. And then they always have some kind of bush. When if a Spanish needle they always use with sweepy and wipey. So that when time they don't claim say it shine. But because of the fact that they always use the red oak, which is the correct name, down at the bottom of the wall always stain red. And because of that, they have to have something on the wall that is called skirting. And the skirting will always have to be oil paint. For me granny always use either post office red or Spanish brown to do the skirting. Yes. But then we could go in a house here now, no? Because when we go in a house here now, you look up on a wall. What you got put up in a house on a wall? You remember wall plate or what they used to call plaque? You remember chalk plaque? You remember things put up in the house like bless our home. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You know how always got them this thing they put up on a wall in a house? You remember when we always have one thing we put up where say, when you come here, what you see here, what you hear here, what you do here. When you leave here, let it stay here or don't come back here. Me never have the luxury of wall plaque because me never so rich. But for me granny always have two wall art in a front room. One make out of matches stick and one make out of seashells, me dear. And then if we come off a wall, you know, and we take with time and go over whatnot again, I had a people had me always go see whatnot because we never got none. Because a rich people always got whatnot in a house in a them day time. But the same material what her make the wall plate, what you are got on the wall, that have the Our Father prayer, it are the same material what were make the dog and the puss and the rooster, what were they on the whatnot. Them at the time they know you have a dust, you know. And when time you have dust, you take off everything off of whatnot. Take care you make one of them drop and chip. If you want to know which God you serve, do not chip the figurine and do not chip the enamel plate. And so you have to gingerly remove them, especially if they happen to be have a sizable size. Because you know, so that the people who can afford, them always have like the bigger dog and the bigger rooster. And then the other one who can't really afford to that, them used to have the fine. But most of the time after a while, the dog, them and the rooster, them always drop, you know. Yes, man, they always drop. And so most of the time you go in a people's yard, the figurine them always chip up. And you always wonder say, why they not dash them way? But then till hold on pan them. Dog no got no nose, rooster no got no beak, part of dog foot broke off, part of rooster tail broke off, but everybody still pose up like a 6-pound watch notch. And then no, we always look forward, you know. We always look forward for them get to the point now where they say, alright, them a go part ways, you know. With them you're sitting here, them a go dash away. Because guess and tell me what? One man's trash is another man's treasure, you know. Fast a pick, we go pick up that they know and broke you up in a pieces, you know. And winter we go on the kitchen side and catch pan the whole cut out jump and the whole zinc. And start with teach school like a dickens. And start with beat rockstone and beat tree because they not learn the maths and the English. See ya. Can't wait for for all figure read that way so we can turn teacher. What I said. And then now, ladies and gentlemen, I left this a little piece of educational part for last. Because me almost sure say that little piece of crochet, piece of cloth, that little piece of lace that they always put on whatnot, or on the back of settee, or on the back of settee, or on vanity. Bet you say you don't know what it name. It name antimacassar. Antimacassar. I think I spell it right. Macassar used to be one aisle where they always using it here one time. And when they always put on the container with the aisle pan the vanity and pan the whatnot and so on, it always mess you up. And so they always have one little piece of cloth where they put down pan the surface and then they put on the aisle container pan it. It is called an antimacassar. And so over time, whatnot dress up like a puss back foot, settee back and settee angle dress up like a puss back foot in a antimacassar. Who no remember them there, Cindy? Boy, I mean, I tell you no lie, me live. Me live for good on memory lane. I know yes, where I come from, you know. But this is Miss Pearly Grandson, and mine was the pleasure to take you down memory lane today. I hope I was able to evoke some beautiful memories for you, and I hope that it was a bit educational as well. Liza from the Department of Current Affairs will be coming up next in our program, followed by Nansi and Crackroach. And when you see me again, I'll be bidding you adieu with last lick. You are watching Moonshine, Dawlin with Miss Pearly Grandson.
Misogynists claim that this is a man's world, but it would be absolutely nothing without Liza Dawlin. Welcome to Current Affairs with Liza. My name is Liza, and I happen to be the new chair of the Department of Current Affairs here at NPG Productions. Before I go any further, I would like to point out to you that it is one Liza on the app, never two. Though my name starts with lie, I always speak the truth. And when you happen to see me coming, darling, please move. Thank you. Now, to get things started, I just want to point out 5 things that I'd love for you to bear in mind as we try to move forward as I do my best to manage the Department of Current Affairs. 1. A lot of you out here on social media flexing with your phones should be like the children of old. You should be seen and not heard, darling. Who told you could speak? Who gave you that authority? Darling, the phone does not qualify you to speak. The second thing is, a lot of you out here flexing with your phones should try to apply James chapter 1 verse 19 to your lives as you navigate this space. And I quote, "Be quick to listen and slow to pick up your phone and post rubbish on the people's posts on social media." Darling, your friends will not tell you, but I will, because what do they say about birds of a feather? That's right, they flock together. Thirdly, for a lot of you out here commenting on social media, darling, by the time you're done, you're supposed to use a piece of tissue and wipe your hands off and clean out your fingernail, because what you have actually done is smear the excrements of bulls under the people's posts. Stock up on your tissue. 4. Just like they told you before you aged up from all-age school. Because for a lot of you out here feeling bright and empowered, you did not go anywhere beyond all-age school. You remember how they told you that empty vessels make the most noise? That is the same way some of the emptiest brains out here on social media are the ones who speak the loudest in the comment section. For a lot of you, I'm pretty sure if I were to knock your foreheads or shake that gourd of a head you have, I would hear absolutely nothing inside. And finally, 5, darling. Please remember that the possession of a smartphone does not mean that you are a smart person, especially if someone gave it to you as a gift. So please bear those 5 things in mind. And then for the not so imbecilic among us, darling, whenever you're trying to make a decision whether to engage with somebody on social media, please remember that they might be guilty of all of the above. This is Liza from the Department of Current Affairs, signing off.
Beck, I tell you one problem when me have with you.
Crackroach, tell
Man,
me
make me talk.
Tell me the problem, Crackroach. But if you tell me the problem, I got the solution, baby.
See that a part of the blasted problem. You chat too much, man. People can't get in a word when they try to talk to you. You just have like your blasted mouth like a six-pack back behind.
All right, then, Crackroach, talk.
Me a go talk, and anytime me start to talk, me know why you open your mouth and say one word to me because me have to get you off of my chest once and for all, Nansi. What you ever do for your country, Jamaica?
But Crackroach, you must say did I drink mad pussy urine. You know say every story come out of Jamaica starts say once upon a time brother Nansi. You know say that?
Master Tike, you come over here with your blasted foolishness but once upon a time brother Nansi. All you do are walk around and trick people with your conniving self. Nansi, you're an artist.
Crackroach, your problem is that you hate the player. But you know here they say you must not hate the player, Crackroach. You must hate the game, Crackroach. See, if you think about it like this. Remember say they say whole lady and swear half a kalalu and kalalu and swear for running goat. What that mean? That means that you have to always think like whole lady, but you have to also think like a kalalu. And me and you know Crackroach say when time whole lady go fi think then think you know. But when time kalalu go fi think he think too. So what Nansi do? Nansi make sure saying think more than the two of them. That meaning to say I know me is always ahead of the game.
Rockstone boy. Nancy, you know, see, I no look a big cockroach for this country. For when you are run up and down and turn trouble to people and get Latin for peace soup. Cockroach have here work with the government.
That how when you been a work with that the government?
Which part you been there when time you went deployed and work with the National Solid Waste Management Authority have to go down in a pit at the time, eh? Aye, sir. Nancy, when you're down in them, they pit there in the tinky, hot.
Crackroach, every man have a right to decide their own destiny, sir. You can't blame nobody if you choose hard life, master.
The truth. All along me there, I wonder how me not have hearing problem how they always come use the cover the pit and clot the pit out for the half and 3/4 way down in there. Then sometimes they come and they light newspaper and start to push it down in the power way. You know how much of me co-work at them antenna but half Nancy.
Alright then, Crackroach, done with the sub story and the complaining now, man. Guess who me see a come out of material next one night?
That a who?
No part two. Crackroach.
Aye. Me no know what me a go do with Liza. And then Nancy and Crackroach say, where you put me? I trust that you had a beautiful time watching this, our first episode of Moonshine, Dawlin. And I trust that we will be able to grow together in this space. Please feel free to give me your feedback. Please feel free to share your comments, and I promise you I will take those into consideration for subsequent episodes. And please also feel free to share this with others who you know will be appreciative of this kind of a show. Until next time, mine was the pleasure to usher you through this one. This is Miss Pearly Grandson, your Moonshine darling, signing off and saying walk good and may good duppy walk with you. Walk good.